Today, the moon is in Cancer as we head toward the upcoming new moon in Leo. And with the Cancer energy, we come full circle. We began this moon cycle with the new moon in Cancer, bringing a focus to self-care, caring, needs, and how we get our needs met. So we are completing this cycle. We are returning to where we began, and I've got some reflections for you today on self-care and authenticity. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Thursday, August 1st. And so as we come full circle, returning to the Cancer energy where this moon cycle began, we have the opportunity to look back and reflect on what we have learned about self-care and our own needs this month, right? This moon cycle. And so what have you discovered about how to care for yourself, what you need, and how to get those needs met? What have you learned? What have you identified as an issue that maybe you haven't figured out a solution to yet? Because that counts too. If you have noticed where there is a need, that is progress. So noticing, paying attention, trying new ways of thinking about yourself and your needs, and maybe implementing some new practices. So what is really the bigger purpose of self-care? It is how we care for the self. And the self is who we are. And so we have to think about self-care as the way that we nourish who we are. So just like not every plant in your garden is created equally, it doesn't have the exact same needs. You might treat the different plants in your garden differently depending on what helps them thrive the most, right? What helps them grow? What do they need? Some plants need more water, some plants need less water, sunshine, etc., right? Some plants are shade plants, other ones are sun plants. So what kind of plant are you? And really this gets at the deeper question of how do you nourish and support your authenticity? How do you support yourself to thrive as yourself? So paying attention to all the shoulds you hear about how you should take care of yourself and how you should meet this standard or that standard, and what it looks like for you to be, the perfect whatever, the perfect um, lab tests, or the perfect weight, or the perfect appearance, right? It's not about meeting some perfect standard. It's about being what is best for you. And to do that, you have to know who you are and what you need. So thinking about self-care in terms of what helps you grow, what helps you thrive, what helps you be who you are. And who you are is the most valuable way of showing up in the world, because when you're trying to be somebody else or meet some external standards, you are going to get confused, right? It's like, well, I'm going to stop myself from doing that so I can do this other thing. And when I let myself be who I am, I might feel like I'm not meeting some standard, but really, who's deciding the standard, right? You get to be the measurement, you get to be the ruler. Create your own ruler. And I mean the kind that is a 12-inch ruler, not the kind that dominates over some somebody or some thing. So they're both spelled the same. I can't spell it, but think of a measurement ruler, like a 12-inch ruler, and you decide what your measurements are, right? You decide where is the best place to be on your own personal scale. So, asking yourself as you reflect back on this month of a theme of self care, what have you learned about who you are, what you need, and how to get those needs met in the way that is true and authentic for you? Supporting you to be more of who you are, supporting you to grow and thrive and blossom and bear fruit from your own unique set of needs. So, as we reflect back on this month, something has been unfolding relating to self care. So, even if you're just joining me, or maybe you've tuned in a little bit, but you also haven't been paying close attention to your self care because, we've been talking about it as we've gone throughout this month. But if you haven't been thinking about it or focusing on it, I want you to think about how it has been showing up anyway, because that's the way these planets and planetary energies work in astrology, is that they're operating whether we're paying attention or not. And so this Cancer moon today is an opportunity to reflect on where you're at with your own self care, what works, what doesn't work. Again, noticing is enough. You don't have to solve every problem. You don't have to have the perfect self care. The planets remind us in their constant unfolding cycles, they remind us that life is a journey, it is a learning process. So, hey, if you're in the learning process, you're doing it just right. How about that? You could put that on your ruler, your measurement. I'm doing it just right because I'm in the process. So, what is that measurement for you? How do you know that you are um, taking care of yourself in the ways that are going to help you to thrive? And maybe that is adjusting the way that you talk to yourself, the way you think about yourself, right? Not just accepting who you are or accepting your imperfections, but celebrating them, celebrating all the ways that you are who you are, and you are in the process of learning how to get your needs met, because your needs are unique to you. So there's some reflection for this Cancer moon, waning crescent moon, as we head into the upcoming new moon in Leo, where we will have a reset. That new moon in Leo is coming up on, is it Saturday? I don't, it might be Sunday. Anyway, right in there. I don't have it right in front of me, but probably depends on your time zone, actually. So anyway, and the point is that we are in this completion phase of this current moon cycle, getting ready to reset with the Leo new moon. And as we release our things that we've been working on, letting go of habits and patterns of the past, and willing to step into what we're becoming, even though we don't have it all figured out yet, we can show up in that appreciation for who we are and our willingness to learn more fully how to support ourselves to thrive. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. I have opportunities to work with me, or special offer right now to get a recorded reading on freedom and democracy, how you can best participate in helping to shape the world and the future you want. So check out that recorded reading special offer in the description for this video, as well as on my website. Thank you so much for being here, and your subscribing by hitting that free subscribe button really supports my work. So I appreciate it, and thank you for being here. I will see you next time.